Down there and you see two feathers. Well, there's two feathers. I can't think of their name. He had a heart attack. He had a heart attack about a year. What, year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Just tell him where to go and say hi. No, you know what they say? We train for them.
Oh, okay.
That's how I know. I still train for them board.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in that BR building right there, 45th Street, 50th, right there at the corner.
Band out there.
Yeah, they was practicing. Part of that building is a band, and part of the new engineer.
We got your name out here, already in the lights.
Hey, shit. Hey, I'll give you gavels to keep it going.
How not coming?
Nope. It's it.
Oh, it's not coming. Yeah, I talked to her, she's coming. Okay.
She's probably coming, 'cause she's been in Fort Wayne today.
Yeah, her brother's in the hospital.
Still there, he's been there for about a month.
I called down to Florida and you don't have a here today? I know, there's a chip and Terry.
And remember,
Because that's only like 40 miles an hour.
she was having a good place.
What?
Lisa told us that back.
Yes, he doesn't.
Indeed.
It's for the good stuff. But if she wants to, she'll hold your hand. Well, I guess he's on it. I got away with a lot of fun. Made her, she was not liking horses. Yes.
I guess so. I didn't realize there was two parts to it. We never got a chance to pull it all the way around because Steve started talking to us.
She said,
But yeah, I didn't realize there was two parts to it. Well, I think they were all down there. But again, we never got a chance to do it,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, between my cousins, they're in my places, and he said, I was getting my accuracy now. You was fucking the line of the book.
We had a good time and a good business.
When you get asked to leave down there, if you retire,
We go to.
well, you won't really get there.
My wife takes care of
I'm going over there. You was done.
I'm not going there. Kenny and Jane down there. Get a hot dog place. Oh, yeah. Call me on. And that place was just. A lot of other people. That was over there, their house. Wasn't far from it. Yeah, it's right on 301. Then we went to,
Did you guys get a chance to go back?
we left their house and went to, the big catch.
They got about 10 turkeys.
Seafood place.
I haven't heard of the old part I drove through the day.
Pretty good stuff.
Some of the old.
I just had one down
Yeah.
down there where Fred's
Been
got
on holes for.
Fred, have you ever eaten Fred's? It's a buffet, but it's got fried green tomatoes, cabbage.
And.
Oh, that one stuff, all the stuff that we ate when we were kids. And there's, they have all the other stuff too. It's on the radio.
Yeah, the corn is
Down there.
Plants in South Carolina.
And I think, I just want to make sure he can get directed in
We
here.
got one more person, Lois Jones.
Okay, is there anybody out there that's going to tell Lois where this is?
Should be signed.
There are signs that come up this way.
We got signs that lead all the way around.
Perfect. I just want to make sure you guys are taken care of.
I think we're fine, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
There comes time, we'll come over and say, she's the last minute.
That's Steve Wright, that's the new commissioner.
Always.
Here, about a second.
He just came on about 2 months ago.
Tell her to work.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna
Yeah,
come
we said
back
like
late
last
from my
meeting,
break.
you were
Come
here for
back
18.
anytime.
Were you at any of the
My
solar
break
meetings?
time, girl.
Okay, then never mind.
Oh, I've been
She worked at a house. That's what we did. We tell them, we get an extra lunch. They said, 10 minutes to break, we're gonna get 20.
Here you go.
First, yeah. Be back in 20 minutes, 22 minutes, 23 minutes. You find, yell out in the hallway to somebody, go find so-and-so, and they could bring us. They took 25, we said, next time you get 15. Wow. Sid, come down to your butt, but not ours.
We always had about 15 minutes, 20, but we always had a half an hour for lunch, so we had 2 bologna sandwiches, that and pop. And play.
And that's what we, that's what we treat it, you do stuff, supplemental to whatever. They go out, cut them on time, or you won't take it away from your break. And you come dressed right, because we got some guys sometimes. Hold your pants up, you know what I'm saying? Hold them, maybe down, and I was in Zaws where you had to put parts in and a pant, they try to put the part in. Got boys looking chug. So we'd wait till the girls would come on their break, one of us smoking chugs. Shake their heads, you knew what was gonna happen. And walk by and like nothing going on. Him with his pants and everything. All they get mad, they would say, well, you start wearing the belt, but don't come to work, we don't want to see the crowds. Well, there's, how you doing, shit?
Maintaining and not getting much better.
Not, it's no. That probably doing your best.
Kind of getting discouraged.
What they say that might be your best.
Gotta
Oh,
go
well,
back
you
to the
keep the
neurologist. I gotta go back to the neurologist in Indy tomorrow. Visit with him.
Who's
It may
he
not be a very good visit.
for, who he work for?
Huh?
Who's this girl I'm just for?
The name is Watkins.
Yeah, but
The neuroscience building in Indy.
Okay, that down by IU.
Yeah. Well, it's right across the street from Memphis.
What's your name?
They said they're building a new method.
Oh, yeah, you go up 16th Street, and look there, there's 2 blocks there, 2 big buildings they're building.
I don't see her.
That's
I
me.
gotta get off on 15. So it'll be close.
Yes, because some of the work construction's going around there, yeah.
I know she talked to me, Grace, and Brenda
So you
today.
can
Talk to her too.
When you call.
She said she retired and had to go see her brother. Hospital, Dirk Peter.
We gotta get ready for tomorrow, so we're leaving too.
Where you going?
Gotta go to Indy
Oh,
tomorrow.
yeah.
I gotta get some.
What time you gonna be there, bright and early?
No, it's 3:35 tomorrow. That'll be right busy night too.
I was there at 5 o'clock this morning.
Where?
I had to take my daughter to the airport.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had an early
You
flight.
can't go downtown and try to cut around that way, you gotta go.
No.
And then when you get there at Castle, as soon as you pass it, they got a new loop to get on, you gotta know that.
I told her that this morning. I said, we're gonna try the new. I've never did this.
I'll fly out of Fort Wayne before I fly out of Indy again.
we flew out of Fort Wayne 2 weeks ago and I'd much rather do that. It costs a little more, but
Little more, but from there you can almost get straightforward flights.
We
Almost,
did.
not always, but almost.
You gotta get the right date.
Yeah.
They come down to St. Petersburg, like Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays or something like that.
Yeah, that's the way.
So they build a meeting that's all.
But Andy's still way out there now. If you go past the old airport, it's still ways out there. Then you gotta go back the long.
Wait, there's an airport before the airport they have now.
New airport. And there's only one time, one time I've been back there. I've done it for convention at the old airport. And the guy, out to Crown Plaza, it's a convention. And they said, one of the guys goes, keep that, what works so hard, I can't get it along. I'm supposed to go get him. Who parked out there next to me? Is that your truck? Yeah. Well, you need to take me there. We gotta go get this guy from Oklahoma.
Favorite airport is.
He's welcomed all the United States and fire service. That was the first time, and last time I've been down by the airport. I've never been in. We picked him up on the outside. He had a suitcase already.
I kept that.
Like football, 16, where you
Right on Sarmatic.
come down the steps and you get on.
But it's a long, but I've been out by there.
Take the bus over to the terminal.
Crown Plaza was down for
And you
COVID.
got to get a bag.
They had all the homeless. So they remodeled. Went around area. That's where the law.
Didn't say you were incorrect.
You were let out on the tarmac.
Couldn't remember what direction, because Matt got up now.
Walking.
Oh, well, you want to.
I'm working on Fort Wayne Airport.
JFK.
You got off the plane, they directed us the opposite direction of the, where the car was parked. That part was pretty interesting.
Possible we're missing somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just, she's always like.
Yeah, we're missing Lois Jones. She's on the board.
And I just heard a rumor that she doesn't like usually West.
Yeah, she's
In the last one.
Yeah.
It's not her, me.
But you and.
You're the other. I like you already.
I haven't missed one yet, but I'm real close to being.
Gonna have to fight that out.
Has made me into something of a true believer.
Yeah, it's going right now.
He's got a half hour.
Ford County, I'm excited about. One thing, it brings quite a few jobs. The other thing is we invest.
Yeah, his will,
Guys playing games or what are you playing on your phone?
texted my husband.
Took you around the ramp.
Like an easy one.
Excellent. Right upstairs.
Didn't you go to this high school? You go to the other one.
I graduated.
She went the other way. I think you heard.
Well, you should be really smart, man. Right, Chip? So, man.
Welcome. Grant County Board of Zoning Appeals meeting for September 12th. Would you give us a roll call?
That's right.
Johnson,
Yes.
Jones, here, Long,
Yes.
Maynard,
Yeah.
Here. Okay. We have the minutes to approve from July 5th.
I'll make the motion, we approve the minutes to July 5th.
Are there any revisions?
For the minutes. I said, but I didn't get it. I didn't either. We didn't get it. Get no minutes, Brenda. And Chip didn't either. Nope, nope. I went through it.
Look at mine here. That's one for them, Jim. Did you get it back at just one else or?
Yeah, I got it. Had it, Monday.
To preserve.
I think I got it.
Not mine either. We'll do this, next month. We'll finish the minutes, okay? And get your findings of fact.
Wait a minute, we're gonna move the minutes till next meeting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, everything's current in here.
Findings of facts. I make a motion, we accept it.
I'll second that. Though I don't have them either.
They're not in here. I think we ought to put that off till next month also. Okay,
Both of them?
both of them. Yeah, for October. Okay, no old business. We'll move on to new business. Public hearing for docket 04 SP 22. Charles Heller, is that correct?
Hey, everybody.
Okay. All right, if you would, come up here and tell us about your project.
I have a really large motorcycle collection, that means I have, and decided I didn't have room in my outbuildings to store the parts, so I'd like to place a storage facility container on my property. I already have concrete pad suitable for the location. The container I'm looking to put it on is going to be a high cube 8x53. If I can't get one, then
That generally lowers the tax rate. So when you have your tax rate. So
the container is about 115 feet from my east property line. That's also my closest neighbor. House is currently unoccupied. So there, as you can see, there's pictures where I'm going to put it. I've got a burn pile here. The container will go in.
one of the things that we know from speaking to economic
The,
officials, one of the things that companies.
Only place where you be able to really see the container is you drive right on the road.
Retain.
Coming east from Marion, south. And the milk house on my property shows you're about 90% of the container. You would have to look for it if you're looking at the house in front of the road. Like a C. You can see the very rear of the parking pad. It used to be a stomp way for an old stomp shed and milk house, which is obscured by trees.
And really, when we talk about.
There's enough room to put two containers that size,
That solar will be a part of the future of Kentucky.
so it'll be up under the trees. I see the whole project as being eventually temporary, because once I get my motorcycles reassembled,
One company is like.
and I'll sell all the parts for the motorcycles that I can
Because if they want.
restore, and then I'll be ready to contain them. So probably no longer than 10 years.
I got a letter in the mail about some of that.
So if anyone has any other questions, that's basically what I propose.
I do. Not, you're not gonna have this for commercial use as far as selling parts, you don't have a commercial
Once I'm done with the parts, I will sell them, but I'm
Well,
not
not as a
planning to
commercial
buy and
business.
sell parts.
Yeah, okay.
I already have parts there. I have 2 storage units completely full of my parts at the store later on. And we'll start paying $250. I'm sorry.
Not gonna be a business, not gonna be.
No, I just decided I didn't have room in my pole barn and the pole barn.
How long do you figure on having there and then moving again, please?
Once I'm done restoring vehicles, or the motorcycles that I have, I think I can store about
Like what you can do with it.
somewhere between 10 and 15 out of 47 motorcycles. And then once I sell off the excess parts, then I'll be getting rid of the storage container. I'm anticipating about 10.
Improvements to land.
10 years.
Generations of people can benefit from these facilities in a way that both have never seen.
Yeah, if you'll remember, part of our ordinance that we put together, it is allowed in residential suburban, by special exception. This was kind of the case by cases. This also, this with the front of the Grant County Commission is also.
History of energy. So it can allow it to continue its history.
Do we have a
Really,
permit already established for 6 months?
located.
Right now, Connex boxes are allowed for 6 months for some temporary storage. But we did just do a ordinance for Connex boxes,
Be something that.
that regulates their installation. It'll be installed up to residential, it'll be up to residential, Indiana residential government. As well as up to Grant County's area-wide zoning ordinance for Connex boxes.
So you're telling us we're gonna start having a lot of these boxes.
Well, we've already got one, which is why we wrote an ordinance to try to regulate them.
We're gonna have a lot more coming.
Yeah, this allows us to actually have regulations to them and accept them on a case-by-case basis. If you remember, one of the cases that we had, if they show up in the backyard in Paramount was the example. That way we had a chance to look at. This case, we're out in the country, we're on a cement slab, mostly hidden behind. This is just allowed by the ordinance with your approval.
I was out there today, I seen, got a lot of room, you do have a lot of room, I have to admit that, but I was still thinking, we have an ordinance, we give a guy 6 months.
No, if we didn't have.
You're saying you got one now, but we only give him 6 months at that time.
Now, if you remember, he actually got through until we got our ordinance completed. And then he came back in. So we did allow him to install by special exception.
So I can get it straight, we only got 4 to vote. I don't want somebody to get mad because he might lose vote. We gotta have 4 votes here.
Yeah.
And last time I said no, but I'm not feeling so bad now. Yeah, because I know some facts that you're still taking a chance with only 4 people.
I've got a question for you. I know those containers have locks on them. There's some kind of a lock, because you don't.
Oh, it's a very secure, it's way more secure than something I would buy from Lowe's and put up.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, because I went to.
Because it's a steel
child
building.
couldn't have access to it where they could,
Excuse me?
like a child couldn't have access, get caught.
Oh, if I got, no, if a child was to climb into it, it would take somebody else to close it. Because it has an external, have you ever seen the back of a semi truck, how the door closes? So it's the same.
We just want to know about safety issues, that's all, so.
Nearly impossible for a child to climb into it and to not be able to get out.
Climb on top of it, though. Have you seen?
They could try, they don't have.
They will do it.
But I don't have.
I just want to know that safety issue on it, so that's my question.
It's not like a refrigerator where it's an over refrigerator where you can close it.
And when we did that 6 months before, if I remember right, because we didn't have an ordinance and we didn't want to just start asking.
But we were following the 6-month ordinance that was established. Yes.
And now we have an ordinance.
We do have an ordinance, Ryan.
Yes, and we got to have it when commissioners approved it, and I took it to every town years.
I'd like to make a motion. If you're ready.
Just a minute. The only safety factor with these I see, and I would not like these in neighborhoods. You know how some kids are mean to other kids.
That's my issue.
They lock a kid in there, the kid cannot get out.
That's true. If someone
They can't
does,
lock themselves in.
you are not getting out.
Not getting out.
They do have a wood floor. But because it's gonna be sitting on a concrete pad, you would literally not be able to get out. You would have to have something like an angle grinder to cut through the side of the building.
And our ordinance restricts it to storage only, that can be no habitation allowed to put electric to it, but nothing else, no other utilities are allowed to.
I'm not anticipating electric, I don't know why.
Okay, are there any other questions? Is there anyone here in opposition? Hearing none, close the public hearing. Entertain a motion from the board, or if there are any other discussion that the board would like to make. Now is the time, and if there are any other conditions of approval that the board feels they need to make, now is the time.
Keep this box there beyond the 6 months.
Oh, yeah, 10 years. 10 years.
I anticipate 10 years, so I have to come back after 10 years and get permission again. And I base that on, if I restore 20 of my motorcycles, if I do 2 a year, which is kind of typical because these are 50s and 60s vintage motorcycles. That's where I came up with the
Yeah, it's not, there's no time limit that I know.
My intent is not for
One thing I thought about was whether or not these should be painted.
I plan to paint mine the same color as my building's white.
Same color. Okay. Someone like to make that a condition or not?
I'd be happy to paint it white if you want. I know it's already not allowed to have advertising like the CD, like Merck's or Costco or something like that on the side. I already know I need to remove that. I'm planning to paint it white.
Yeah, that's,
I'm excited about solar.
but then the fact that they need to be made
Do you want to have that as a condition?
as a condition, yeah.
All right, fine.
That kind of makes it look like a shed or a small.
I was even considering the possibility of putting a pitched roof on it, so it would be a little more. But won't let me do that.
No, that's not real.
That's good.
So I couldn't put a roof on.
And they should be weather tight.
Still, now, we still wait. Have you ever seen one just recently bought?
Businesses.
The cheap ones, you don't know. Because they come in like in wrinkle, rusty, all kinds
It's weird.
of still shipping.
Are there any other comments or conditions? None here, hearing none, call for a motion.
I make a motion, we accept with the condition of painting it.
And not adding that roof, not.
It can't be done.
Yeah, I heard it, but it's supposed to be.
So I say we accept 04 by SP dash 22.
Favor second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion by Bill Johnson, a second by Rex Mayer. Brenda, would you give us a roll call?
Johnson,
Yes.
Jones? Yeah. Long,
Yes.
Mayor,
Yeah.
Motion passed.
What's that? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, it's not attached. Not sure if I can do one call. Take that into consideration in my next one, next development.
Okay, do we have any other business? Do you have anything? One other site or business that we'll need to discuss is my attorney advised me that we should take no recommendations from anybody prior to a meeting. If anybody wants to speak, they're allowed to come to the public hearing, but nobody is to make recommendations.
So the commissioner's recommendation is no.
It's the way it's understood. If somebody wants to, you can go. Towns are welcome to come. Public hearings open, but no one's to begin. No one is to try to tell us support. Anyway, it's a small point. I know it's been tradition. As long as I know, I don't think that. Thank you for all consideration. Is there anything else? This meeting's open to the public. If there is anything else that needs to be discussed.
It's somebody, this is the area plan.
Well, as far as zoning.
Very plans for about the year.
Aaron might have expertise on floodplain regulations.
That's good for the drainage flow, wasn't it?
Said Ryan.
My friend is on a flood regulation.
Come on, let's flow it along. Take them a break. Take them a break. So take them a break back there. It's in two papers. You're talking about break.
I don't know the answer to that. I'm gonna be a thrill to next year. To me, to help me understand what it is he's looking at. He's called it barn, she used to be called barn down. That means barn that you replace, you understand, we torn down a barn. And you might not be able to rebuild because they're. Is that? Yes. Like to get a tire or something like that.
All the commotion, insurance.
I'll second.
Meeting adjourned.
Morning.
And it was a lot.
Sure.